Welcome and welcome to the present. How we doing this beautiful morning match day live? Woo! I love it. I love it. I love it. So, Arsenal will be welcoming Wolves to the Emirates Stadium. Fantastic game today. The Premier League is back. The Premier League is back. It's high time we get back to real football, get back to real business. Guys, before we continue, let's do the needful. Very, very important. Strike a like on the video. If you're watching live and if you're watching after this live, you're watching later, please strike a like on the video. Subscribe if you're new here, and make sure you turn on your notification bell. One more time, like the video, subscribe, and make sure you turn on your notification bell. Match day live. Arsenal welcoming Wolves to the Emirates. It should be a good game. It should be a good game. The season has started. The title charge has started. We cannot afford to be willing. We see a win is priority today. A win is priority, followed by a fantastic performance. Then we can talk about the amount of goals we should be scoring against Wolves. We understand Wolves are not the best of teams. You don't know kind of Wolves that will turn up at the Emirates. They're a yo-yo team of some sort. Gary O'Neill has done a decent job in contrast or relation to the budget he's been afforded at Wolves. But they have a good player. They have the Korean guy Xiang. They have Acuna on his day, can be can be a handful as a forward, even though it can be very wasteful in terms of converting his chances. They have Lamina in the midfield. They have Sarabia. They have decent players. They have some Portuguese decent players. Even they lost Killman, they lost Neto. They are still a very, very formidable side. If you give them chances, they will hurt you. As much as we're the better team, we're the team at home. We are the team that have competed in the Premier League for the last 2 seasons. We have to take this match very seriously. We have to make sure we make hay while the sun shines. We cannot afford to say it's just Wolves. Nah, we'll do. No. If we can score 10 goals, if possible, we score 10 goals today. I don't expect to score 10 goals at the beginning of the season. It should be a relatively tight game, but we have the facilities. From the back to the midfield to the attack, we have the facilities to make lightweight of Wolves. I'm not condescending to Wolves. I'm not taking Wolves for granted. I'm just saying we have the facilities, we have the players, we are playing at home. We should be beating Wolves comfortably. If you look at our last two friendly matches against Bayer Leverkusen and against Lyon, now we didn't score too many goals. We didn't score from open play against Lyon, but we dominated the match with a better team. We had the control. We had the zest, the movement, anything that gives you a fantastic performance and a reassurance. We saw it in that game. Against Leverkusen, we beat them 4-1. We had the control, the possession, the aggression, the pressing, everything you need to show you that we are ready is there. So it should be a good game. I'm expecting, maybe not expecting, we Calafrio start today as a left back. It's not impossible. Because I might try to go with Galafiri, but I won't be surprised if he starts with Zinchenko as the left back. We know Raya is now our goalkeeper. He has been permanently signed, so we know he's the number one. I expect Raya to start at the back. And when it comes to defenders, we know the formidable two at the back in the center half of in the center back of our defense. It should be Gabriel Magalhaes and Saliba. Provided there's no late injury or any injury scare, it should be Saliba and Gabriel. We know the right back should be Benjamin White. The left back, like I say, is debatable. It could be Calafiori and it could be Zinchenko, but I won't be surprised if it goes for Zinchenko, then bring a Calafiori to actually bed and fit into the game gradually. In the midfield, Partey plays at the six. I understand the concern a lot of Arsenal fans were showing earlier on about Partey is a bit sluggish. We know he had that surgery last season, and coming back for Partey sometimes can take a bit of time. It doesn't just switch into gear. Partey is that guy that abuse up his fitness. So by now, you expect a lot of Arsenal fans, the sensible fans, should understand that Partey doesn't just switch into fitness. It takes him a gradual process to get to that level. That's why I was not too concerned. Now we're not saying the Partey we used to know. We are saying the agility is sharper. The reflexes are sharper, the ball movement, the control in midfield. Nobody plays that sixth position like Partey. Nobody plays that sixth position like Partey. So it's all looking good. So I expect Partey to be the sixth. In the eighth position, I'm surprised Declan comes in. We know against Leverkusen, he was looking a bit rusty. Against Lyon, he looked a bit better. So I expect the eighth should be Rice. We know the number 10 is going to be Odegaard, the controller, the orchestrator. He is the man in the middle. I'm expecting a huge and a fantastic season from Odegaard this time. We've been seeing the incremental improvement in Odegaard's play, the control, the leadership quality actually provides the team. So I'm seeing a lot of traces that gives me confidence that Odegaard should have a fantastic and a brilliant season. And hopefully he can cap it with us claiming the title at the end of the season, hopefully. So we know in the wings it's going to be Martinelli from the left wing. I've been hearing a lot of people say, oh, Martinelli, we need a replacement. We need a replacement of Martinelli. I find it very disrespectful and distasteful that Arsenal fans are championing this call. I'm not saying Martinelli didn't have a poor season last season. We definitely had a poor season based on the standard he has set. But he's a youngster. He's a young man. Even experienced players sometimes can have a bad season. It doesn't mean you should write him off. People are saying replace him with Nico Williams. I'm not saying if Nico Williams was available, bring him, but will he be actually replacing Martinelli or be a competition? See, it's easy to disrespect Martinelli because you see him every week in, week out. Unlike Nico Williams, most of you don't watch week in, week out. We are making assertions, we are casting aspersions on Martinelli because you see Nico Williams at the Euros in a few games or watch a few highlight reels. Oh, he's better than Martinelli. I don't think so, objectively. I don't think Nico Williams is better than Martinelli. I'm not saying he's not a good player or will not be a good competition for Martinelli, but I don't just think he's better than Martinelli. I think we are disrespecting and disregarding Martinelli based on the fact that we watch him week in, week out, and the over familiarity is becoming crazy. Jeffrey, shout out to you. Hopefully we can get a win today. It's not hopefully, we have to win. It's a must win. Come on, this is Wolves. With all respect to Wolves, this is Wolves. Not hopefully, we should be winning and beating comfortably. At least if not comfortably, I don't care. We have to win against Wolves. The title charge has started, so we should be beating Wolves comfortably at the Emirates. We should be beating Wolves. We have the better team, the better manager, we have the experience. We should be beating Wolves at the Emirates at least, in my personal opinion. Shout out to you, Jeffrey. So going back to Martinelli, I think the disrespect to Martinelli's name has to stop. We can criticize objectively if he has a poor game, and can say he had a poor season objectively last season. But to say Nico Williams will just come and take a share, Nico Williams, you don't watch him every weekend. You don't watch him. So you can't be passing appraisal on a player you don't watch every weekend and be overly harsh on a player that you overly familiarize with. It's not fair. So I expect Martinelli to actually start on the left. Then on the right, Saka spot is still there. A lot of us shouting we need to get a replacement like for Saka, which is a fair shout. I'm not disregarding that. I think it will be very silly to disregard. I just think that any player that out of Saka's quality will not want to sit on the bench. Now, if you can get something a little bit, a player that is malleable, that can play Saka's position, at least give you like 7 to 8 over 10 and can still play that position. If we can find a player like that, we should do it. But these kind of players are very difficult to get in a market. Not just go and bring in any player who would have not been up to scratch. You need to make sure you bring in the required quality. We are not the Arsenal of 2 or 3 years ago. Meaning any player we are bringing has to match a particular benchmark. There is a ceiling that you have to get to, a threshold you have to get to. That for you to be able to get into the Arsenal team, and it's not easy. So as much on the flip side, as much as we are saying Saka is world class, is top class world class players have availability, you have to be ready to play 60 games, and you have to be ready to take niggles and kicks on your feet. Ronaldo, Messi, David Villa, Abraham, all these top players, right? They play a lot of games. It comes with territory. You don't get rest all the time. Your fitness, your sharpness, your agility has to be top notch if you have to be considered a world-class player. It is what it is. So up front, that's where it's kind of dicey. Will it be Jesus? Will it be Kai Havertz that will take the number 9 position today? So I won't be surprised if it goes for Jesus, because Jesus has shown a bit of sharpness this season. He had a good preseason. We know he had an injury blighted season last season. Jesus was in and out of the team. That niggling knee injury he had last season. But when it comes to this season, it's looking like he had a good preseason. He's sharper. He has been training. So I won't be surprised if we start with Jesus. On the flip side, I will never be shocked if we start with Kai Havertz. So after reading out the potential starting 11, I am confident that team is good enough and strong enough to beat Wolves comprehensively at the Emirates. That's just it. That team is strong enough and good enough to beat Wolves comprehensively at the Emirates. Guys, if you're watching the playback or you're watching live right now, please like the video. Very, very important. Subscribe if you are new here and make sure you turn on your notification bell. One more time, like the video, subscribe, and make sure you turn on your notification bell. It's match day, Arsenal versus Wolves at the Emirates Stadium. Let me know in the comment section. We're trying to play back your prediction, your predicted 11 and your predictions for the match. I'm still standing by my 4-0 prediction for this match. I think we should be able to win emphatically. I think we should put up a fantastic defensive display. I expect us to get fewer clean sheet in comparison to last season. We had the fewest, we considered the least goals last season, and I expect us to be a bit more miserly this season. And I expect our defense to be improved to another level with the acquisition of Calafiori. I'm always worried about by these kinds of games. Maybe it's my PTSD from yesterday, which is fair. I understand. See, football is not pure logic. So I understand your concern, right? Things can happen. We can start the game. Touch it doesn't happen. We consider a sloppy own goal or a penalty, and Wolves have the head start upon us. Things can happen, but based on the quality of players we have, so you are not out of place to have this PTSD, but it's how you control it. You don't allow it to control you by the present logic. I just think, and we all know on paper, we have a better team, right? We have a better squad. We have a better starting level. We have a better bench, and we have the experience to navigate this game. So that fuels my confidence. And my confidence is not just out of some delusion. No, you have to look at the quality of the squad, the quality of the players, the experience we have. So I understand your PTSD, but you have to control your PTSD and understand that what happened in the past should not necessarily dictate to what happened in the future. You learn from your past and use it to navigate your present and your future. So I understand your concern, but I think we should be beating Wolves comfortably at the Emirates. And we have a good record when it comes to playing Wolves at the Emirates. I don't think we've lost in a while. We've been beating them anytime they come to the Emirates. We have a very, very fantastic record playing against Wolves at the Emirates, in my personal opinion. So you shouldn't be too worried. I expect us to win, which is priority. Have a good performance with second priority and score a lot of goals. If possible, should be the third priority. So I'm not very concerned about playing Wolves at the Emirates. We have a fantastic record against Wolves at the Emirates. So when it comes to Wolves, what are danger men? Like I mentioned earlier, Wan Jong, that this good player, we have to make sure we don't give them too many chances. I expect us to dominate proceedings and dominate the possession, not just the ball, dominate the key territory. If we do that by dominating possession and the key territory, Wolves shouldn't be worried about defending instead of attacking us. That's very imperative. We have to make sure we dominate Wolves so much that the few times they might have attacking for us, we can actually nick the ball from them. That's the most important thing. I don't expect us to dominate 100%. It's impossible. They'll have their own little spell here and there to hold on to the ball, provided we make sure we mark all the zones. I don't think Wolves can harm us. Like, we have quick defenders that are good in one-on-one duels, and collectively, we are a solid team defensively. Individually, we are a solid team. I expect every Arsenal player to win their duels, and collectively, we are a solid team. So you don't need to bother about too much. Like, I'm not disrespecting Wolves. They're a good team. They're a good Premiership. They have some good technical players within their ranks. We're not going to relegate that. Wolves have some good technical players within their ranks, but Arsenal have a better team. We have the better technicians in our ranks, right? We have the experience, so we should be able to beat Wolves convincingly. It's imperative we win, and we win well, especially knowing that tomorrow Manchester City are playing Chelsea. And as much as we are going to just say, oh, Manchester City should be beating Chelsea, which is fair, but at Stamford Bridge, this could happen. Manchester City could draw. We have to take any advantage as quick as possible. We've learned that when you are in a title race with Manchester City, you cannot afford to drop points especially when you are playing a team like Wolves. You cannot afford that. So it's imperative we go into this game aggressively, measured aggression, and do our job as quick as possible. Very, very imperative. We go into this game and do our job as quick as possible. We understand there's a VAR and referees. We have to make sure our destiny is in our hand, not to be controlled by the referees and VAR. We know VAR will make his mistakes. Hopefully, we do not suffer from the mistakes of VAR. It is what it is. We know these English referees are not the best, even though they are trying their best. Human error is part and parcel of the game. So we have to take our destiny into our hands and make sure we limit the influence of the referees. It's very, very imperative. We limit the influence of the referee by taking our destiny to our hands, by playing well, performing well, and taking our chances. We take our chances. Very, very imperative. We take our chances today against Wolves at the Emirates. Very, very imperative. So if you can do that, I expect us to win comfortably. Wolves are not a pushover. They're not going to make it easy for us, but we know Wolves are going to play the expansive game. Gary O'Neill is going to go for it and see if he can make a draw. Then we can pick them out and actually score the goals. Once we score our first goal and we control the game should be relatively easier, provided we don't self-sabotage. Let's not press the self-inflicted button, especially Zinchenko if he's playing today. Zini, good technical player, but he has a bozo and an error in him. So we can control that. I expect us to do what we have to do to win this game conveniently. So we have to win them. We have to beat them. Lamina in the midfield, Sarabia, good technicians. Who have some good technicians? Cunha and the Korean guy Hang. They are decent players that if you play about, if you give them the chance, they will hurt you. Wolves have some technicians within their ranks that if you mess about, they will hurt you. So we have to make sure no messing about. Let's take our chances, score our goals from open play or set pieces. We know we are the kings of set pieces. So we have to take our chances. It's very imperative we take our chances in this game. So guys, let me know what you think. Are you confident of a win? Let me know if you're watching a playback or you're watching live. Let me know in the comment section. Are you confident of a win? And how many goals do you think we'll score? Let me know who you think will be Arsenal first goal scorer. If I am to go for it, I'm thinking Saka will score the first goal. Saka or Martinelli. I think Saka will score the first goal. Will score the opening goal at the Emirates for Arsenal. So let's see how it goes. So guys, you're watching a playback. Very, very imperative you like the video. Subscribe if you're new, and make sure you turn on your notification bell. One more time, like the video, subscribe, and make sure you turn on your notification bell. Let me know what you think about this game in the next few hours. As well as Wolves, your predictions in the comment section, and let me know. So I'll be back for the starting 11. Once the starting 11 out, I'll be here to do at least a short review of the starting 11 against Wolves. So let me see this message from Ige. They have good players, but I think some of their players are out of the squad from previous years for the game. Maybe that can help us, hopefully, but we have to do our thing. Yeah, we have to do our things. Like I said, Wolves have some good technicians in their squad. Even though they sold Kilman, they sold Neto to Chelsea, and they sold Kilman to West Ham. They still have some good technicians. They brought in a guy from Portugal, a decent winger for us. They made 2 or 3 decent signings. So they are not just a pushover. Even though they're a little team, I still expect us to be beating them convincingly when we play them at the Emirates today. So guys, I will see you guys on the next one. Like the video, subscribe, and all those things. And I will see you guys on the next one. Bye for now.